When you see an Audemars Piguet on someone's wrist, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it the incredible craftsmanship? Maybe the status it represents? Well, today, we're going to look at it from a totally different angle. We're talking about your AP as a serious financial tool.
So, let's get right to it. That gorgeous watch on your wrist, is it just a beautiful accessory, something that looks great? Or is it actually an asset, something you can use? It's a huge question, and it really gets to the heart of what owning a luxury item is all about in today's world. And for an Audemars Piguet, the answer is, it's both, no question about it. You've got this legendary brand, they don't make a ton of them, and their value just keeps climbing. It's this perfect storm of incredible quality and super high demand on the secondhand market that makes these watches such amazing financial assets. All right, so let's really dig in here. First up, we're going to break down how the pros, I'm talking financial experts and pawnbrokers, see these watches, and we'll get into the one key idea that makes this whole thing work.
And that key idea is something called financial leverage. Sounds complicated, but it's not. It's just a fancy way of saying you can use your watch to get a loan. You're basically turning its value into cash you can use right now. And because AP has such a rock-solid reputation, you can get some pretty serious money for them. These things are definitely more than just a pretty face.
Okay, but here's the thing. Even inside the world of AP, not every watch is the same. Some models just hit different. So now, let's look at the ones that make pawnbrokers sit up and take notice. The real heavy hitters, the icons. And we have to start with the legend, right? The Royal Oak Jumbo Extra Thin. I mean, come on. Designed by the master, Gerald Genta, way back in '72. That octagonal bezel, instantly recognizable. This watch is, without a doubt, the one everyone wants. It's the king in the pawn world. And just look at that number, 90,000 pounds. For a really clean one, that's what you're looking at on the secondary market. Think about that. That's the kind of value that can secure a massive loan. We're talking life-changing opportunities or taking care of some major expenses. But it's not always just about the classic design. Sometimes it's about the story and scarcity. Take this beast, the Royal Oak Offshore Rubens Barrichello 2. You've got the connection to a Formula One legend, plus they only made a handful of them. That combo makes it a total magnet for collectors, and of course, a killer asset.
Yeah, you're looking at 50,000 pounds to start. It often goes way higher, and this watch really proves a point that pawnbrokers know well. When you have a great story and it's hard to find, that can skyrocket the value way past a standard model.
But hey, let's be clear. It's not all about the Royal Oak. The world of valuable APs is way bigger than that. So now we're going to look at two completely different things that create insane value. Crazy modern tech and super rare vintage history.
And this is such a cool comparison. It shows you there's more than one way to be a high-value asset. On one hand, you have the super modern Code 11.59 RD number 4. This thing is a technical masterpiece, over 1,000 parts inside, and it's valued at over 300,000 pounds. Wild. Then you've got this beautiful vintage chronograph from the 1940s. Its value comes from its history, its originality. It just goes to show you there are totally different roads that lead to the same place, being a top-tier asset.
Okay, so we've seen what watches are valuable. But now for the really important part, why are they valuable? Let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to look at the exact checklist the experts use when they're figuring out what your watch is worth. This is the stuff that makes the difference between a good loan offer and a great one. Think of these as the 5 golden rules of watch value. First, condition. This one's obvious, right? Scratches and dings are the enemy. Then, completeness. We'll talk more about this in a sec, but it's a biggie. Rarity and demand, of course, but also provenance. Basically, can you prove it's been well maintained? A good service history is gold. And last but not least, market trends. Yet, believe it or not, what's buzzing in pop culture can actually bump up the value.
Let's really zoom in on that completeness factor, because you can't overlook this. Having the original box, the papers, all the little accessories, what collectors call a full set, look at that. It can boost a loan offer by up to 25%. That is a huge deal. It's not just stuff. It proves the watch is legit and that you've taken great care of it.
All right, you get it. The watches are valuable. But how you actually, use that value? Let's walk through the actual process. I promise it's way more straightforward than you might think. We're going to demystify the whole thing. It really boils down to just 4 easy steps. First, you just show some standard ID. Next, the experts take a look at your watch and give you a loan offer, and this usually happens super fast, like within an hour. Step 3,
You agree on the terms, how long you have to pay it back, what the interest rate is, all that. And finally, you pay back the loan and you get your beautiful watch back. The whole system is built to be fast, simple, and totally secure.
And this is a really important point. There's no credit check. None. The loan is based 100% on the value of your watch. That's it. Your personal credit score has nothing to do with it, which makes this a fantastic way to get your hands on some cash quickly. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's really this. Your Audemars Piguet is so much more than just a watch. It's not just for telling time. It's a piece of history. It's a piece of art. And maybe most importantly, it's a powerful financial asset, one with real, lasting value that you can tap into whenever you might need to.